Welcome to our very first podcast here at DICP. I'm Lynsey, and if you're a local band, you're going to need to put yourself out there. Get yourself as many gigs as you possibly can and get someone to promote you to venues. If you're not already doing that yourself, if you're really lucky, you might actually make it to touring around the UK, maybe even further afield like the States, Oz, who knows, the sky is the limit. Now, every month, I'm going to be catching up with a different member of the team here. They're going to share with you how they do it, how they make it happen for the bands, how they get publicity, and how it all slots together to make your band successful. And here with me today is Liz, the big kahuna of the company herself.
So I am the managing director and founder of Dreamy and Colour Productions, and
That's it.
yeah, within that the company we have rehearsal rooms. So we're inside rehearsal room 3 at the moment, and we also offer band management, tour management. We book tours every now and again for bands we really believe in, and I also have a multitude of shows. Well, we have a multitude of shows around the city, and we're involved in a few festivals as well. So I'm the founder, I'm the managing director, I'm the boss, I have staff. I found that weird when people introduce me, my staff
She's
introduced
only
me.
23, can you believe it? How amazing is that?
Yeah, but
it's fantastic.
It's bizarre being introduced to someone as somebody else's boss when you're this age. And it's great. I don't feel like I'm a mean boss because I have this connotation in my head that a boss is kind of evil and nasty. But my staff seem to like me. I think it's because I buy them drinks.
No, bribery.
Yeah. Keep them sweet. That's what I'm doing.
So what's a typical day as managing director look like in the office every day?
Well, a lot of people seem to think that I just go out on a jolly constantly. And
you don't?
No, I don't. Yeah, they seem to think that all I do is drink. Especially my family members. And when I first started doing this, they said, "So what do you actually do all day?" I was like, I'm so busy. But basically, I sit in front of a laptop for at least 8 hours a day, sometimes more, and I email bands, I search for new music, I delve into, the black hole that is Facebook to search for these bands and find out information about them and program them into shows. I mean, we have 7 monthly events that we have now. So it's just doing that. It's the monotonousness of sitting behind a computer, spreadsheets. A lot of spreadsheets occur at the moment.
Sorry, I dozed off for a minute and we were talking about spreadsheets,
Accounts, profit and loss, the bane of my life.
Yeah, don't talk to me about that. I know nothing. So you go to a lot of venues. So is this to scout bands or is this to generally just watch and have a good time?
It varies really. I mean, sometimes last weekend I had a full weekend off. I didn't have any shows because we had to cancel an event. So I thought, I'm going out. I'm going out, and this has nothing to do with me. So I had a really good time. I was technically off work, and even after a few drinks, I could not stop myself from going up and speaking to the bands and telling them what I did, and just inviting them down to shows, and that I wanted to help them get their music out there. It's an addiction. I mean, my job is my hobby. My hobby is my job.
So to be at work even when you're not at work.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. And then other venues, I love scouting out new places to put things on. I mean, I've got very strong bonds and loyalties with the venues I work with already, but I can't resist a new space to build a stage in a coffee shop or some kind of weird underground room that has nothing in it.
It sounds really fulfilling, actually.
It's fun.
In terms of the bands, though, at the venues, would you go out and say to a band, you've gone out on your day off and you see a band play, and would you think, oh, they're great, let's do something with this band, let's promote them,
I do it too much. I do that way too much to the point where it's almost getting too much for me to be able to handle as well. So yeah, I'll invite them in, and sometimes they will actually come in and see me and take me up on my offer, and they'll come to me and say, I've got this music, I want to get it out there. And a lot of the time it's very common that when you're in a band you won't necessarily have the business acumen about you, so that bogs you down when you're a musician, when you're trying to, do your finances and book tours and promote yourself and organise all your marketing. And I've seen it happen so many times that a band will then stop enjoying what they're doing. they get bogged down in the admin stuff. So that's where I come in, because I'm not talented enough to be a musician, unfortunately. I've tried. I've really tried, but I can't do it. So I'm happy on this side of things.
So you're like the extra member of the band that does all the business side while they get on with it and use their talent to do their music.
I like to think that, because I just want to be in a band. So that thought's really comforting. Thank you. So I'm in loads of bands.
It's higher than a groupie, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah.
You know, you get paid more than a groupie.
Called up the rankings away from groupie.
Way up the ranking. Brilliant. So if you could give bands out there that haven't come to Dreaming in Colour Productions for help, what tips would you give them? Do you have 3 top tips?
So going at it from a promoter's angle, what I would say to the bands is, they've been out on tour by this point, or even if they're just playing shows in their local hometown, I mean, you have to build on what you have. You can't just think, oh, I've just played one show, I'm going to go on tour. You've got to build on it. So the most important relationships you are going to build is with the promoters. You anger a promoter, they will badmouth you and blacklist you everywhere else. So number 1, respect the promoter. When you get to the venue, say hello, make yourself known, introduce yourself, find out any details that you need to know at that point if you haven't already asked them. And then number 2, watch the other bands unless you have a legitimate excuse. If you're ill, you need to take a nap before your set, that's fine. But if you rock up, sound check, leave, go and sit in the van or another bar, God forbid, and then just play your set and then leave again, that's not okay. You're never going to be invited back. So
it's kind of rude, isn't it?
It's so rude, and so many bands do it, and it really, really winds me up. Like, I don't care if you don't like that band. Can you possibly expect somebody to watch you if you're not going to watch them? It's common courtesy, And number 3, don't be arrogant, and I guess that's what the other 2 fall under that umbrella as well. I mean, don't ever think that you're better than anybody else. I mean, that applies to daily life. Just because you play one good show or you have one good support slot to a really big crowd, it doesn't mean that you've made it. You are never going to be in a position because to be arrogant, because there will always be someone higher up than you who will get annoyed with that. And you don't know where people are going to be in a year or 2, and people may have forgotten about you or got tired with your arrogance. And then if you turn around and come with your tail between your legs and say, oh, can I have a sports slot on that show? Promoters are going to remember that. And it's happened to me so many times where a band they think they're better than you. And no matter how good their music is, I will never go near them again.
Well, Liz, thank you very much for joining us in the studio today. That sounds like fabulous advice to bands who are listening out there. If you do want to be a featured band, you can get in contact with us and you can be on the next podcast. And to do that, all you have to do is get in contact with us on Facebook or Twitter. Our Facebook address is facebook.com/Dreaming in Colour Productions. Tweet us at DICP UK, and also you can Instagram us at DICP UK. And next week I will be interviewing a Leicester-based band, whoever they may be. It could be you. Thanks for listening.